Welcome to Jesus Every Day, where we talk about Bible stories and learn how they speak to our lives today. Let's continue our journey through Genesis. Today we're in Genesis chapter 20, where Abraham once again struggles with fear, but God shows his faithfulness and protection. Abraham travels to a place called Gerar, and just like he did back in Egypt, he tells people that Sarah is his sister instead of his wife. Why? Because he's afraid. Afraid that if people knew she was his wife, they would kill him to take her. It's a reminder that even a man of faith like Abraham had moments of weakness and fear. King Abimelek of Gerar hears about Sarah and takes her into his household. But before anything happens, God steps in. He appears to Abimelek in a dream and says, "You are as good as dead because of the woman you have taken. She is a married woman." Imagine how shocking that must have been. Abimelek, terrified, pleads with God, "Lord, will you destroy an innocent nation? I didn't know she was married." Abraham himself said she was his sister. God responds, "Yes, I know you did this with a clear conscience, and that's why I kept you from sinning against me. Now return Sarah to Abraham, for he is a prophet, and he will pray for you." The next morning, Abimelek calls Abraham and demands an explanation. "What have you done to us? How have I wronged you that you brought this guilt on me and my kingdom?" Abraham admits his fear. He thought there was no fear of God in Gerar, and assumed they would kill him for Sarah. It's clear that Abraham's fear led him to compromise the truth. But here's the amazing part. God still protected Abraham and Sarah despite Abraham's failure. Abimelek not only returns Sarah but also gives Abraham sheep, cattle, and servants, along with permission to live anywhere in the land. And then Abraham prays for Abimelek, and God heals his household, restoring them so they could have children again. What does this story teach us today? First, it shows us that fear can cause even people of faith to stumble. Abraham, the man God promised would be the father of nations, still struggled with trust. But it also shows us that God's faithfulness doesn't depend on our perfection. Even when Abraham was fearful, God intervened to protect his promise. Second, Genesis 20 reminds us that sin affects more than just ourselves. Abraham's half-truth put Sarah at risk and brought trouble on Abimelek's household. Our choices ripple out and impact the people around us. And third, we see that God's grace is greater than our mistakes. Abraham prayed for Abimelek and God restored his family. It's a powerful reminder that God not only forgives but also heals and restores what's been broken. So here's the takeaway. Trust God even when you're afraid. Be honest even when it feels risky. And remember that God's faithfulness doesn't fail, even when ours does. Thank you for joining me in this journey through Genesis. If this video encouraged you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Jesus Every Day for more Bible stories and lessons that help us walk closer with God.